Okay, so this is another pre-record stream. It's probably gonna be like the second to last one. I'm not sure. Let me actually. I need to check before I get into the topic I want to talk about. Uh, yeah. Let me just check. And this might be, yeah, I think this might be the second to last one, or maybe somewhere around the last one. But, okay. So, as you can tell by the title of the stream, um, you know, I definitely need to, say some stuff now so that way I can get it off my chest. So, um, I've been thinking a whole lot about, with how Jackson kind of blocked me. Like just straight up just randomly just leave me in the dark and kind of randomly blocked me out of nowhere, not even wanting to talk to me like IRL, not IRL, but like not to talk to me like on a StreamYard or on a Discord call or something. He was just done. And he didn't even try to talk to me about it, which pisses me off that he did that. Like, goddamn. Like, Jackson, if you're watching this, bro, just say, I'm just here to say this to you, that was a dick move. That was a big dick move. Okay? That was a really big dick move. Like, I know I fucked shit up, but goddamn. Like, you know, at least, like, you know, yeah, Chris didn't block me, but at least, he's willing to be friends with both sides of, you know, he's willing to be friends with people on my side, so like people associated with me, and he's willing to be friends with people associated with Suits. It's like if you would have just let the shit die down and just still would have been friends with me by this point, then yeah, you and me would have been chill. I would have still invited you to StreamYards and we would have done this shit. But I guess not. I guess you just decided to be done. Well, you decided to be done with me like that. And with Gaming TDMX, me and him don't ever speak that much. But I will say, I respect the guy. I respect the guy for, you know, what he like. I respect him, even though he doesn't show it. I respect him because, you know, you know, he's chill. He's a really chill guy, but you know, maybe one day he'll like want to text me again and just, hopefully do whatever. But I know he's not going to do that. So, I'm just saying that one day he might, but 90% sure if he will. But if he does, then great. I'm open to it. But Jackson, dude, bro, you need to at least, uh, I'd say, like, just take what I have to say and just think about it. Because clearly, like, you don't know much about anything that goes on with me. It's like you hear about it, and then you're like, either you want to join the side or you don't join it. Like, that's just how it is with you. You either join it, you either hate the guy that everyone's talking about, or you just listen and just be neutral with both sides. And you should follow Chris's steps and just be neutral with both sides. You don't have to, but I'd say in my opinion, you should. And then, you know, and then there's Brendan. Like with Brendan, that guy has been fucking, been incognito for months by this point. 3 months. Like he's literally been like Brendan's been incognito since literally the day I became since me and the Clips became boyfriend and girlfriend, which was February 5th my time. So, and Brendan, dude, this whole drama that caused me and Suits to split was because of you jackass. Since I said I wanted to be friends with you, it's like that caused everything to split. Well, it's not technically Brendan's fault that me and Suits split. It was mainly what Suits' actions that did it. Because it was on the topic of Brendan. And instead of, like, it's like what Chris did, what Chris was doing was, yeah, he did not like my decision for wanting to be friends with Brendan again, but he respected me for it as an individual for making that decision. And I respect Chris 100% for that. Like, I respect Chris a lot for that. And ultimately, it's like, of course, I know Suits is probably gonna fucking say something about this stream and say that I was talking about him, but really, I just briefly mentioned him. That's it. But it's like, and on the topic of Suits, I'm just gonna talk about Suits here for a second, and then I'm gonna move on to a different topic. So, basically, with Suits, it's like, what I just don't get was, like, right before me and him had our falling out, there were streams on my channel. He paid me to do streams on my channel when he couldn't do it on his channel. Like, what the fuck? He paid me to do streams on my channel that he could easily do. Like, what the hell? That was back then. He paid me like $91. Like, he paid me $91 because of that. And then when we had the dispute, he wanted the money back. Frankly, I should have kept that motherfucking money. I should have kept the money in there, in my Cash App. So that way I could have rubbed it in his face. I still have the money that technically, since he gave me money, it was then my money. He wasn't loaning it to me, so he just gave it to me. So technically, it's my money. So technically, I should have kept that, but I didn't. I put it in my bank account. So, yeah. And then again, he should have done the streams on his own channel instead of having someone else do it for him. And what made it worse was that it's like I'm gonna be looking at my content here. It's like he says that he doesn't want to be on my shit again. But then it's like, you know, I could see why. It's like the reason why he doesn't want to is because, you know, he knows, to me, I feel like he knows that he ain't going to win an argument to someone 2 decades younger than him. Like, goddamn. And then it's like, Jesus Christ. Like, you know, and not only with Suits, it's like, you know, with Ella too. It's like Ella just kept fueling him. It's like anytime Suits would bring me up, both him and Ella would shit on me. Like, even though I barely said a word towards them. It's like, yeah, there'd be times where I throw a little thing here and there, but like, Jesus Christ. He doesn't need to always he doesn't always need to try and throw haymakers at me. Not even with Ella. And with Ella, and I'm going to now talk about Ella. It's like, Ella, she, like, it's like, yes, I made dog jokes about her, but about her dog. But she should have came to me about it and told me privately. But no. She went right to Suits. Right to Suits. She didn't fucking tell me about it. She didn't tell me. She just went straight to Suits. Like, she should have been woman enough and told me that, you know, me making the dog jokes was hurting her feelings. But she didn't. She was being a fucking weak ass bitch in order to and not telling me. Like, Ella was a weak ass bitch. She can't even like defend herself for shit. No wonder me and Ella aren't fucking friends no more. She's a fucking pussy ass bitch. And it's like, you know, it's just crazy that it's like it Suits JJ, Joshua, Ella, and then a couple of others that went against me for just making my own decision when they should realize that, hey, I'm this was like when the whole Brendan shit happened. I was 18 at the time, but it's like at the time it's like I'm 8. I'm going to just use my current age now, but when I'm going to just do whatever. But like just seeing them like doing that, like I'm like, bruh, I'm a grown man. I'm an adult. You don't need to make decisions for me. You can't tell me how to run my life. How I choose to run my life is none of your business. Sure, I said some things here and there, but it's my decision on if I want to say them or not anyone else's. It's not anyone else's decision on how to run my life, okay? It's ultimately my fucking decision on how I can run my life. My girlfriend knows it. Yeah, my girlfriend Eclipse, my sweet girlfriend knows that. She knows that she can't control how to run my life. But what she can do is try and lead, like, along my parents, they can try and jolt me in the right direction. But ultimately, they could give me advice. They could try and jolt me in the right direction. But ultimately, it is my decision on how to run my life. It's not anyone else's decision. No, sorry, it's no one's decision but mine. And Suits could say the same thing. He's fucking 39. Like, yeah, he can run his life. But here's the thing. He's wearing that it's like with me looking at him, he's wearing that football helmet, and it's occurring to me that Suits may be a little autistic. Not to hate on autistic people or anything. Chris is autistic, but I'm not bullying him. But Suits may be a little bit autistic because I don't think he can go. I don't think Suits can go one stream without wearing that football helmet. I don't think so. I'd say, and if he's gonna do a stream, like, you know what? I'd say if you know what? Suits says he doesn't want to deal with me anymore. But here's what I'm gonna do. If Suits can go a whole stream, like with his camera on, if he can go a whole stream without his football helmet on, then I'll do whatever he wants. But again, I don't think that's going to work. I don't think he's I don't think he's ever going to do that. I don't think he's going to, because he doesn't want anything to do with me. But it's whatever. He can make his own fucking choices. But if Suits does do that, if Suits does end up doing a whole stream where, like, I don't care how long the stream is, but if Suits could go a whole stream without wearing that football helmet, then just me and him can, I can apologize to him on stream. Me and him can work something out. But I know he won't do that. Because it's his decision on whether to, it's ultimately his decision on what, it's his decision on what he wants to do when it comes to me. But, yeah. Okay. Who else do I want to talk about during the stream before I end it? So, yeah, so this is definitely crazy with how everything's been. But, yeah, it's like, I just hate that, there's two separate sides of this, and that but, it's kind of, I just realized what I need to talk about. I could talk about for the last couple, for this last little bit, or for a little bit. So, okay, we've been talking about this. So, on January, so before January 10th, because January 10th was when me and Eclipse started talking again. Before then, around this around December, around December time, like 2 months after the drama happened, Eclipse actually saw what was happening, and she saw that you know I was on that me and Suits were fucking at each other's throats again, and that she saw Suits was at me, I was at Suits, and there was two sides to everything. And then January 10th is when I started hanging with Eclipse again, and then but like a couple around the time Eclipse came back, and when she showed her face to me for the first time, Suits fucking goes after her and decides to insult her. And this was this was about a month, like about 3 weeks before me and her even started dating. Okay. It's like, Suits those fucking haymakers at Eclipse. When she just came back, she did not need that. So then I defended her, and then, and whatever. I defended her and all of that. And then when February 4th came around, her and Brendan actually started dating. And then it hasn't even been a full 24 hours, and yet both of them broke up, and then Eclipse came to me. And then before I started hanging with Eclipse again, I actually brought Brendan back into a stream in December. If I look, I don't know which stream it was that Brendan came back in. Yep. Okay. Wait, was it the? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah. So. It was on my discussion about Suit stream earlier today and Chill stream. With that one, that was the first one that Brendan showed back up in. And that was on October 20th. So it wasn't a couple months after. So it was like about a couple days after it was like a couple days after the drama initially started. It was like a couple days after the drama started when Brendan came back. And then, me and him were cool from October 20th to February 5th. Well, February 5th, my time. And then, okay. So, I don't know if Brendan's going to ever see this or what not. But to Brendan, if you are watching this right now, well, not when this comes out, but if you end up watching this, okay, I want you, if you decide to, what I want from you is for you to unblock me off of Discord, unblock me on Discord, add me, and then on a day that I pick, I want you to show up to confront me and Eclipse. And if Chris wants to join in too, fuck it, I'll have him join in too. I'll have him confront you too. But mainly it's going to be me and Eclipse fucking confronting your ass. Like, I ain't gonna have no fucking, you know, I ain't gonna have no lying bullshit. Okay? You gotta fucking be a man and show up. And then, and to everyone else that is like, Joe, you're making a big mistake. He's gonna do the same shit again. I'm not the type of person to give only a limited amount of chances. Okay? I can give any amount of chances whenever I please. I am that nice of a guy. But ultimately, that's going to be fucking me right in the ass in order to, you know, so fucking right in the ass if it happens again. It's like, you know, it's like with Brendan, uh, if Brendan gets confronted by me in Eclipse, he's only going to be restricted to only talking to me in Eclipse. That is it. And if anyone else wants to talk to the guy, then they can talk to him. But other than that, he's only going to be. I want him to only be restricted to only me in the Eclipse until other people choose to trust him. Like, it ain't my fucking decision on if they want to. Like, goddamn. Like, goddamn, I am not going to be the first person in our thing to, I'm not going to be the first person to, you know, like, be a bitch and just not, you know, and just listen. Oh, just try to listen to what other people tell me. Like, goddamn. Fuck. Anyways, um, I'm gonna head off. I'm gonna actually head off and just do my own thing. So, yeah. Anyways, see you guys later.